Alrighty, guys, what is going on? My name is Tubby. The Royal Rumble's over. Went to Mugs and Jugs in Clearwater. The wait staff was awesome. Jenny, thank you very much. You're a great bartender. A lot of people I'm seeing on Twitter are just pissed off. Now, granted, I'm in a semi-drunk phase, but I still enjoyed the Rumble, and here's why. Cesaro attained. That's a good thing, instead of a switch title change, instead of a quick title change. The tag team champions retained. The way they made it seem was they were going to kind of break up. They didn't. And, the spot in the Rumble where Kane got eliminated by Daniel Bryan, and then Daniel Bryan jumped on Kane when he was knocked off and Kane caught him, was pure awesome. It really was. It was a great segment. They were booked very well. I'm loving Kane and Daniel Bryan. The fact that, Rhodes Scholars didn't beat him, emphasizes that, Kane and Daniel Bryan have a way to go, and I appreciated that about the pay-per-view. The other thing was I like the fact that there was no matches that weren't announced on the card. I like the fact that they went with what they had and they did good. The other thing is, because I'm on vacation, I haven't got a chance, and I'm in Florida, by the way, in Clearwater, and I like the fact that Vince switched it up and didn't go with what all these spoiler sites said. I make a living, reporting, these news rumors, things like that, and talking about it. But in essence, Vince did what was good for business. Everybody is raging, saying, I don't want to see Rock versus Punk 2. The fact is, I love CM Punk. As a wrestler, hands down, one of the greatest in the company, if not the best. Look at the numbers. The numbers when he was champion were down. It's the same reason they gave the title back to Cena 10 times. Because when Cena had the title, he was champion. John Cena won the Royal Rumble. He will go on to face the winner. Now, during the main event, and I apologize for sitting here. I'm sitting on a couch, and, I'm really tired. In the end, Punk and Rock were on the ground. The lights went off. And, Michael Cole was saying the shield. The lights were kind of flickering. You couldn't see who it was. Rock. The lights come up. Rock is through the table. And, Punk was in the ring, and Punk kind of gets up and is like, oh, what's going on? And he goes out, gets the Rock, brings him back into the ring, and I'm thinking he's going to kick out, and this is a 1, 2, 3. Now, Vince comes out, and Vince, is pissed. He's like, you know what, I told you get stripped, and he's about to strip. He's like, CM Punk, with authority invested in me, not marriage, but, he's going to strip him. And Rock grabs the microphone and says, no, you're not going to be the one to strip him. I'm going to be the one to strip him. We restart the match. So Vince restarts the match. And, Punk comes in and starts beating him up and hits his, Macho Man elbow. He goes for the win. Doesn't get it. Rock comes back, hits a spine buster, hits people's elbow. Rock wins. And everybody's mad because 430-some days, Punk was reigning as champion. And I have said this time and time again. Yes, hands down, Punk is probably the best wrestler besides Daniel Bryan, in my opinion, in the WWE. The problem is, if you're a company and you're putting out a product that's slipping in ratings, okay, no matter how much I love Punk, because I love Punk, trust me, Daniel Bryan versus Punk made me so happy earlier this year, or last year. The fact is, your ratings are slipping. Yeah, you know what? It's going to be probably Rock versus Cena 2. But it drew. Last year it drew over 1 million pay-per-view buys. So they're going to do it again. Why wouldn't they? It's business sense. And, I've said this, everybody's seeing it's so bad. What happens if, say, when the lights come back on and one of the cameras caught it and it was Undertaker? Why Undertaker would help the Punk, I don't know. But, that's a possibility. I honestly think the Royal Rumble was a good pay-per-view. And not just because I like John Cena. I truly think it was a good pay-per-view. And everybody's going to diss it. And everybody's going to be mad. But the reason I think it was good was because it served a purpose. If you're a company, think about it. Think if you were running WWE. Everybody says, we could script this, we could script that. The fact is, does pure wrestling sell? No. If pure wrestling was the thing that sold and was the reason that companies were companies, Ring of Honor, TNA would be huge. PWG, all these promotions that have the real wrestlers would be huge. You know why they're not? Because real wrestling only doesn't sell. Now, in Punk's case, he's got a great gimmick, so he goes against that versus a guy, being called up from NXT with great wrestling skill, not getting over. It's different. But here, I liked Royal Rumble. With Cena winning, does Cena, necessarily need the Rumble? I think that's the only downfall. He doesn't need the Rumble to get a title shot because he is John Cena. But it's going to set up Cena versus The Rock. And still, we had Dolph Ziggler saying he was going to unify the titles, which, he didn't win Rumble. But, maybe he goes into the WWE chamber, wins that, and then cashes his money in the bank. Who knows? I'm just glad Ryback didn't win. When Ryback came down to the end, I'm like, you can't waste that on Ryback. As much as I hate to say this, because I know a lot of people hate Cena, Ryback winning the Royal Rumble after everybody gives him shit about the Goldberg thing, it wouldn't sell. Think about it as a company. I'm sure a lot of people are going to dislike this and hate on this, for saying, oh, it's bullshit, the IWC, blah, blah, blah. Carlito didn't show up. Shelton Benjamin didn't show up. You had Godfather, which is awesome. He came down, he gets eliminated right away. He's happy. He's like, puts his glasses back on, parties. You had Goldust come back, which means, Road Scholars is going to break up. They must have came to a deal with Goldust. Goldust re-signed. It's going to be Goldust and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. That's one feud. Cena Rock has 2 feuds. Maybe Punk Taker is 2 feuds. Or maybe Punk takes on the Shield because Punk cost him the title. Because the Shield cost Punk the title. Maybe you put Punk versus the 3 of them and beats all of them. Holy shit, that would be awesome. And that'll put him in the spotlight even more, taking down the big bad group that's attacking everybody's heroes. I don't know why, but that's one thing. Overall, don't be too harsh. I know a lot of people are complaining. A lot of people are getting super upset, and this isn't just because I've got a You Mad Bro troll shirt on. I seriously enjoyed the pay-per-view. Was it the greatest pay-per-view in the world? No, but it served its purpose. There was a lot of great spots with Kofi doing like a pogo stick with a chair. A lot of the elimination spots. Who else came back in the Rumble? You had Goldust. Godfather came back. There was just some really good spots. I enjoyed it. Rey Mysterio came back. Sin Cara came back. I think they kind of blew it with Sin Cara coming back at number 29 because Alberto Del Rio now has got a bigger pop than Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio. So I was a little disappointed with that. Del Rio beat Big Show, which was good. I was still waiting for him to cash in, but he didn't. Dolph Ziggler. But overall, I like the pay-per-view, guys. A lot of people are mad it wasn't as exciting because Punk lost the title. And I say to that, guys, Punk, if they're going to drop the title, they're not just going to send him back down. And know this as well. Punk demanded change. Punk wouldn't have signed on for this if he didn't think it was the right thing to do. Honestly. There's change in the WWE. Punk got what he wanted. When he said he wanted change in the WWE, he got that change. You know why? The Shield. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is going up against CM Punk at NXT. You have Dean Ambrose up there now. You have Roman Reigns. Bo Dallas came in during the Royal Rumble. Guys are coming through. CM Punk did what he had to do as champion. He started this revolution of new guys coming up. Guys that can wrestle. Daniel Bryan's been featured. CM Punk may not be champion, but his thing about revolutionizing the business, changing it for when he's gone, it started. Look at the guys who WWE are finally calling up. Guys that can wrestle. Daniel Bryan is getting major time and major pop. The Shield, major heat. For a pay-per-view, business sense, it's the right thing to do. This may be a long review, but I appreciate you guys watching. If you don't totally hate me about my feelings on the pay-per-view, make sure to hit that like button, comment down below. If you want to, share it. Although, a drunk Tubby looking at me now. Question is, are you mad, bro? Until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. And we will see you all tomorrow.